It's hard to understand the way that you went out. I bet you're living with a little hint of doubt. Maybe next time when you gotta show your hand, you won't cut and run, you'll finally make a stand. 'Cause I know it's true, I'm finally getting to you. We're not through. Yeah, I know it's true, I'm finally getting to you. Existential questions always get you down. All you want to know is are we lost or found? Is there something that you feel you need to chase? I bet you thought you'd put me in my place. 'Cause I know it's true, I'm finally getting to you. We're not through. I know it's true, I'm finally getting to you. Yeah, I know it's true, I'm finally getting to you. We're not through. Yeah, I know it's true, I'm finally getting to you. You can run, you can hide, but inside, I'm finally getting to you. Yes, it's true. I still love you, but I am getting to you.
Stand by to initiate release sequencer. On my mark.
We're on express elevator to hell. Going down.
2, 1. Mark.
Welcome back to the Resupply with me, Guy Next Door.
And me, Than.
Bringing you your weekly double tap of all things Space Marines and Laser Force. Sorry for that half-assed intro. I was checking my mic levels.
Because heaven forbid you do anything actually on time as far as the prep work goes. Oh no, we're gonna let this wait until the last fucking second, and then go, oh shit, I should have done that.
This morning has been frantic. I've been busy eating all the cake.
Of course you have.
And you're right, 100% right. Russ, no GK today. What is this Resupply classic nonsense? It does feel a little empty when he's not here. But we have a guest waiting on the wings who we'll bring in a minute. I mean, the title says a little who it is, but whatever. DK, if you're listening, bro, love and thoughts. All
the love and thoughts.
You're not my buddy guy. How are you, bro? It's good to see you.
Yeah, it's good to see you too. You know, it's been a week.
Yeah.
You know, there's definitely been the combination of just the anticipation of, oh my god, I get to go finally play some lasers for the first time in literally like almost 14 months, which DK and I were talking on Messenger earlier, and I think I worked out that this time frame is the longest I have gone since moving to Texas without playing lasers at all, because it was like, you know, I left Cali in July of 2014. Well, 2015, I went and played the Loveland Nats. 2016, there was some other various. I went and did the West Coast that was in San Marcos. 2017, it was Nats in Sacramento. 2018, it was Brisbane. 2019, there was there was West Coast in St. George. Early 2020, there was East Coast, which was just supposed to be the taster for Auckland. And here we are, like 14 months later, like I haven't played lasers, and it's like, that sucks.
Yeah.
But what are you gonna do? So there's been that, and it's been kind of a weird work week for various and sundry reasons, and been kind of a weird mental week for other various and sundry reasons. It's definitely, this week's definitely been a bit of a yo-yo week. I've had some up days, had some down days, but it's just gonna happen.
Yeah.
Nothing like terrible down, just like very much working through the process of, when you start trying to untangle 22 years of a life together, it's gonna lead to some ups and downs.
Yeah.
So it happens.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, like my dad. Exactly. Me too, hoodie.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of diet, like I spent the first part of my morning this morning eating cake and ice cream for breakfast. So
hey, that is of course the absolute best possible brekkie that you can have. You got to have the cake, you got to have the ice cream.
Yeah.
It's you are well set up, my friend, for the rest of your day until that sugar crash hits.
Yeah,
it's probably happen right in the middle of the.
It's happening.
It's happening.
Yeah, I was just saying, like off stream to Dan, like, boy, I really feel like I need that coffee. I need that mid-afternoon coffee. I might Uber Eats it as we talk. So the cake that I was eating actually is basically the same cake that I'll be getting for our 100th episode / birthday celebration.
Nice.
So had to. It's always nice as somebody who is a pro when it comes to cake. You want to warm up. You want to get a warm up cake, right? A couple of weeks before the main event cake. But I had one tiny slice of it, and I was just like, "Oh my god, it's so much cake." So yeah, I might have to actually train. So a couple of quick things before we get into today's pod. The prep. I've been prepping for our 100th anniversary. Oh, what? Not 100th anniversary. 100 episode.
How the fuck old do you think we are, bro?
Well, you bring the average age up a smidge.
That is unfortunately an actually factually accurate statement. So yeah, okay.
I've been listening to old episodes of the podcast, and it has, believe it or not, the quality of the show has gone up significantly. I was listening to some of those. Trust me. I was listening to some of the early episodes. I was like, that intro is garbage, terrible, and also I was able to edit it. So up to. So it's a notch above. You don't believe it? Gonna have to go back and check. I think what we've landed on is I'm gonna host a quiz. For my wonderful co-hosts. What the fuck? My wonderful co-hosts. And but it involves me having to go back and listen to the old episodes. Stan is turning 100 this year. That's exactly right.
Yeah, 100%.
Quality stayed the same the whole time. Yeah, well, it's nice to have a consistent low bar. The second thing, right? So I went out and bought myself an early birthday present this week. I'm not sure if I showed it on. I think I showed it on Thunderdome Thursday, but this is where most of our friends come to hang out. I don't think I showed you yet. Did I show you?
I don't think so. No.
So it'll become clear as to why this is important. But I went out and I bought myself one of these bad boys. Look at that. It's so awesome.
Oh, that's pretty fantastic, bro.
The reason why I bring it up on here is because I will be building that on stream. It's going to be an ongoing show for a little while. I'm going to build that thing and people could come hang out with me. It's a lot bigger than you thought. It's huge, dude. It's massive. I can't wait to build it. I'm going to... Maddie with that double tap. Thank you for subscribing, my friend. 9 months. Buddy. Legends.
Very much so.
Yeah, so that'll be us for the next little while. Just Juicy. Sup, cuz? Who is that? Who is Just Juicy? Nice to see you. I assume you're related to me, and if the case, what's up? It's funny. It's the second time it's going to allow you to hopefully get paid twice. Yes, I hope so. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, that'll be us. We'll be building that. I can't wait. I
mean, you can, and you will.
And I will. Yeah.
So,
yeah. I mean, maybe.
Just throwing that out there.
We'll see how tomorrow goes. But that'll probably take the place of. Oh, why? Hey, what's up? Nice to see you. Was it your birthday earlier in the week? If it was, happy birthday.
Steve-O can't keep track of his family's birthdays.
Bro, there's so many of us. So many of us. But yeah, so that'll be us for the next little while. We'll build Lego together. I can't wait. The last thing, that doesn't matter so much. Let's bring in our guest.
Well, I mean, before we, actually no, let's go ahead and bring in the guest.
Yeah,
I can do story time once we've got the thunder on here. It's fine.
Let me switch over. We'll go to. Hopefully that's the right. There he is, sitting in the dark. Hang on, let me unmute him.
I don't have studio lighting, so my apologies.
Hey, what's up? Everyone, say hello to our good pal Eves, aka Thunder, out of Utah.
Hello.
What's going on?
Oh, not a lot.
Okay, so
exactly a lot.
So Steve-O, this is just a technical thing.
Yeah.
Why the hell am I on top?
So
right now.
So because of the scenes, because of the way that it all works out, trust me, I thought about moving it around, but I didn't want to break
completely screw it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then I will just enjoy, the lordly power of being on top of the screen for once. It is very empowering. I see why you like to be up here. It's
that's
great.
Right. I mean, don't be afraid of the 2 power bottoms down here. Like that's how this is gonna work out. But I understand, Eves. I understand you have been a busy person of the last little while.
Yeah, I've been pretty busy.
We had breaking news last week. First people to break it, even more first than Facebook was. But in case anyone miss it, what's new in your world?
Oh well, I bought a business 2 weeks ago.
Ooh.
So
very exciting. How about you give us some details about what type of business this might be?
Yeah, so it is it was originally a movie theater. And it's actually a long story. A few years ago, for those who don't know, I worked at the Laser Force place in St. George for 14 years. And one of the things that we had happen all the time was current fun center owners would come in and kind of check the place out, or people who wanted to own a fun center would come check the place out. And that happened. I mean, we got those a lot. And maybe 4 or 5 years ago, we had a guy come in who lived in the place I currently live. It's about 40 minutes north of St. George. He came in and said, "Yeah, I own the movie theater up there, and I'm looking to expand. I want to add laser tag and I want to add arcade." And I said, "Oh, that's really cool, and I'd love to, kind of give you some pointers or whatever." So they came in a few times and we talked, and essentially way back then they expanded the building, and so now it's still a movie theater, still movie theater screens, but there's also arcade and laser tag.
That's
awesome.
What system were they running?
They have Delta Strike.
Right on. I don't know.
And
if I played that.
and how long until you're rectifying this particular mistake?
Well, part of this is the story that. So when we were talking about his expansion, I said, "Oh, have you looked into laser tag systems?" He said, "Oh yeah, I've done all kinds of research." I said, "Oh, that means you're getting Laser Force then, right?" "Oh no, I've heard that this Delta Strike is better." Well, it's not better. Well, he didn't listen to me, unfortunately. And not only that, but I also told him, I said, "Listen, what are you going to do for your arena?" And he said, "Oh, I can't recall. Like I say, I've talked to so many hundreds of business owners; they all kind of mesh together. I don't recall if he said he was going to design it himself or he'd hired a designer out of Las Vegas. I think that's what he did. But I said, "Listen, I'll design your arena for you. I'll charge you like $100, and then or I'll even do it for free, whatever.
Yeah.
I just please let me design your arena." Well, he didn't let me design his arena. And he didn't take my advice on Laser Force either. So, ironically, it would have worked out in my favor had he accepted my free advice and free help, which he didn't do. So we actually, technically, we only bought the building. We did not buy the business.
Oh, so they like
which-
gutting everything, or
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
When we took possession of the building, he had just gutted the entire place. With the exception of the arcades, because he still owed money on those. He wasn't legally allowed to move them.
right?
Funny how that works, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for the last at least month, we've been in negotiations with him as to purchasing some or all of his equipment. Currently, for a while, we thought we weren't going to end up buying any of it. Now it looks like he's kind of said, because obviously we don't want all of it. He's kind of told us, especially in the current climate with fun centers closing and theaters closing, he's told us, basically, I want to sell you all or nothing.
Yeah.
And obviously, we want some of it. We want to open. And so it looks like in the all or nothing deal that's going to happen, we're going to end up buying his equipment. So if you know anyone who's in the market for a used Delta Strike system, please let me know.
This may not be the podcast for that. We're fairly we're fairly one system orientated.
I mean, I've obviously already got a quote from Laser Force.
Yeah.
It's on the to-do list. I can't tell you numbers, but I can tell you the
Of course.
The place is extremely profitable. I could see us having Laser Force in a pretty short amount of time.
Awesome.
I can't imagine it'll be more than a year.
Yeah.
Nice.
All shiny new Gen 8, like
Yeah.
It's the dream, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I know.
Wow, that would have worked out real well if he had been like, yeah, you could design my maze, and then
I know, and it's bad, guys. It's basically the whole thing needs to be redone. So that's a really unfortunate, because my good deed would have ended up benefiting me.
Yeah.
If he would have
In
just
the long
listened
term.
to me.
Yeah.
But he didn't. So
That would have been
So-
outstanding karma.
So I guess the operative question is is it currently a 1 or 2 story maze, and why is it so trash? Like just give us a for instance for why it's garbage.
Well, oh man, I hate even thinking about this. So the theater it was 6 screens,
Whoa,
and
Okay.
that's a big
when
center.
yeah, it is pretty good size. When he did his expansion, he actually just removed 2 movie screens and he put arcade in one and laser tag in the other.
Okay.
Well, as you are probably aware, movie theaters don't have flat floors.
Yeah.
Nope.
Floors
There's a-
slope.
Yeah.
So for the arcade, obviously he flattened the floor. He had to put arcade in. For the laser tag, that was one of the first things we talked about. It says, "Oh, so you have to flatten the floor for laser tag." No, I don't think I'm going to flatten the floor for laser tag. I'm just going to leave it slanted. Like, listen, friend, I have done this before. I have played laser tag before. You really need to flatten the floor. He didn't flatten the floor.
That's amazing. But just imagine like all the kids like pile in and then just like roll down into the one corner and just stay on one side.
So the floor is currently slanted. It's not bad, but you're from one end you're probably standing 8 or 10 feet above the other end, and so that's obviously a big problem. And
You think? Yeah.
the whole arena is stairs. There's no ramps. It is 2 floors, but there are staircases everywhere. There are just tons of stairs, which is bad. Oh, it's so bad.
I'd never understood that why people thought let's put stairs in a dark arena where people there's no lights in here, just stairs.
Yeah, and so and then it's so open. I mean, you can see. There may as well be no walls at all. I mean, you may as well just be like playing in the vesting room. There are no walls in there at all.
There's less stairs in the
well, the walls
armory.
that he did build to like build the upper floor, they're all like the see-through grating. There's no like wood paneling. So I mean, the entire arena is just wide open.
Right.
Which I guess isn't a problem if the packs have like no range, but if they have any range, it's kind of like, oh yeah, hey, look, there's no safe places.
Right.
But you know, I'm sure those Delta Strike packs at this point maybe have like 15, 20 feet of range, so it's kind of whatever, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't played with him yet.
That's the first thing I would have done, man. Log the game, and so for me, right, the fact that it's wide opens counters the fact that I wouldn't have to run up and down the slanted floors or the stairs. So I'm good. I'm good with it. So that'll stay kind of as it is for a while, and then.
Yeah, it probably won't be forever. I know that we've. It's a long story, but the old owners didn't make a lot of friends. The people, a lot of people didn't really like them. And we've reached out to a lot of customers and done a lot of research. A lot of people, obviously, laser tag, they didn't really like it. It wasn't super popular, so it's definitely on our short list of things to do. We have a few options with laser tag. We haven't really nailed anything down. The building is 25,000 square feet. I need a calculator. I should have done this in meters. I don't know what meters. It's huge.
Yeah. For our listening audience that does not work in freedom units, just go with it. That is a massive fucking site.
It's not a small.
That's massive.
Building. Yeah, it's huge.
Is that on par with like Brisbane or like maybe the Syracuse floor arena, like the floor space?
It's bigger than Syracuse.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Way bigger.
Syracuse's entire footprint, so the arena in Syracuse is about 7,000 square feet, and there's about another like 5,000 out in the lobby area ish. So Syracuse footprint, quick math, is about 12,000 square feet. So double that, and that's the space that Brandon has to deal with. Because I think most people that are listening to us right now have been to Syracuse, or at least have a frame of reference. And for those of you that haven't, sorry, not really.
Brisbane's probably the next kind of big arena.
Yeah, actually, Brisbane, with them adding the arcade downstairs now with everything, their whole building is probably in the it is probably in that 25,000 square foot range. So Brisbane as currently configured is fairly comparable to the floor space that Brandon's talking about.
And Auckland size units, maybe 3 times the size of Auckland.
It'd be bigger than that. Auckland's floor space on the arena is about, before you guys lost some of it, was between like 4,000 and 4,500 square feet, and your lobby area is not that big.
No, it's tiny.
So literally you're looking at actually you're not totally off there. It's about 3 to 4 Auckland units of space.
Auckland grower, not a shower. So that's the total business floor space you're dealing with.
It is, and it gets a little better than that. The building currly sits on about 2.5 acres of land.
I thought you were gonna say
it's a big
burial ground.
piece of property. But around the building, there is 3 additional acres for sale. We'll own that in a couple of weeks.
Ooh. Have you got?
Okay, so that's now that's breaking news. That's awesome.
That's
Right.
wicked. Are you gonna?
Yeah, legally, I'm not even 100% sure if I'm allowed to tell you that yet.
Don't worry, nobody listens to the show.
Yeah, no, we don't have a worldwide audience of tens of people. It's fine.
I legally, there's a lot that I can't tell you still, but we
And that's fine.
we'll own an additional 3 acres in a couple of weeks.
That's exciting.
That is so cool.
What I will tell you is we do not intend to leave it dirt.
Oh, so you can't sort of hint at what it's gonna be, but you can say
There are nothing has been solidified yet.
Yeah.
There's a lot of options being thrown around, but it's not impossible that we would actually move laser tag to a separate building and just instead of trying to fix the mess that's already there.
Yeah.
We'll see, but
oh god, that's so awesome.
Wow.
you know.
So wow,
That's where the water slide is going.
that is fantastic. So I mean, Brandon, I mean, this is something that I remember talking about with you, or I've talked about with you over many years.
Oh yeah.
As far as you were always interested in figuring out a way to get your own center or something.
Oh, yeah.
So now that you finally achieved this, what was going through your head when you were like, oh, this is actually going to happen? Like
oh, it was weird. Yeah, it didn't even seem. It still doesn't feel real. It's weird. I mean, I've been working on it for a long time. I mean, for 10 years, I've been, thinking about it, and I've drawn out, different arenas that I think I might build, and I've made building plans if I was to build my own building, and all kinds of, I've talked to banks and investors for years, and it just hadn't worked out until this, and COVID ended up being a pretty good thing for me.
Well, I'm glad that COVID has worked out positively for someone. I mean, if we're gonna take a silver lining, having someone who has been involved with the community for so long on such a deep level, now owning a site that is eventually going to correct the equipment mistake that was previously made, and correct the arena mistake that was previously made. I mean, that's pretty fantastic, and you're continuing to give us more reasons to go visit Utah, which I never thought I would hear myself say. That that there's extra reasons to go visit Utah, but here it is. You've added another reason, so thanks, I think.
Yeah, ironically, the funny thing is, had he taken a lot of my advice, I may not own the building today, so maybe it is a good thing he didn't take my advice. Yeah. But I'm excited to give people a reason to come here.
So it's kind of it sounds like it's kind of like a dream, almost a dream come true. That's so dope, dude. It's such a different take on other people's experience of what has happened over the last 18 months. So it's when Al wins a lot, is apparently that he's gonna open a site in Melbourne.
Yeah.
He's gonna have to win a very large jackpot.
Because, So are you further away or closer to Vegas than
we're further
George?
away.
Right.
We're about 40 minutes north.
Right.
Which
is not that bad.
No, it's definitely not.
I mean, that's definitely close enough that once and I know I keep harping on the equipment mistake and whatnot, but that is a thing. I mean, right now, for the players that are in St. George, I mean, the only reason in quotes to go up to your facility is that, well, they love you, which don't get me wrong, I'm sure we'll get enough of them up there to go to check it out, because I mean, quite honestly, I'm figuring I'm gonna make a drive up while I'm there this week because I really want to see this thing that you've bought.
Oh yeah, you should. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
cool.
So, but once you do get the Laser Force equipment swapped in and the arena fixed, like
Assuming you go with Laser Force.
assuming you go with Laser Force, I mean, I realize there's a big question there.
Yeah.
Like you've basically got like this almost perfectly these two perfectly distant sites
Oh,
to
for
have
sure.
like solid inter-site comps because
Oh yeah.
they're far enough away that they're not going to siphon players from each other, but they're close enough that it's like, oh, hey, let's just this weekend, let's just go up to let's go up to there. Oh, let's go down to St. George, whatever. You're 45 minutes to an hour away. I mean, that's nothing.
Yeah, I moved here 2 years ago, and I still drive down to St. George every week to play. So, I mean, there are players that play at San Marcos that live in Chula Vista that drive farther than that every week to play in San Marcos. So,
I think like there were in Brisbane, some players would drive from Toowoomba, which is like a good hour and a half. I think even Traj, like Ipswich is quite a ways out from Brisbane. It's like an hour.
Ipswich is not close.
No.
It is not close.
Two site nets. How's yes, Russ?
yeah.
Oh man, that's so awesome, dude. I had a look at the photos, which were great, by the way. But what I especially love is the classic, like all the classic LED, well, the light signs that are in there. They all kind of have this like retro vibe to them. Are you gonna keep like a lot of that stuff, or are you
Our
doing,
plan
like,
is
whole new fit out?
to modernize it a little bit.
Yeah.
Part of the problem with the old center is they made really great money. They were really busy. But the owners didn't really invest a lot of their money back into the business. They lived in $1 million house. His wife drove an Escalade. They lived the rich life, but they didn't put a lot of money back into the business.
Yeah.
So we're trying to make it feel as different and as new as possible. The building was built. Well, there's two parts of the building. One part was built originally, and then there was a huge add-on of 3 more theaters years later. But the original part of the building was built almost 40 years ago.
Wow.
I ripped out carpet last week that was put in when the building was built.
Wow.
40 years.
Yuck. That's gotta be like caked in things.
Yeah, we're pretty sure that we're gonna die soon. It was bad.
Spores.
Yeah, so we're trying to kind of give it a really different feel and kind of show people, hey, we're different. We're new. It's updated. It's clean. It's that kind of thing. So
Yeah.
most of that we're gonna refurbish and fix.
Doing
Kind
the whole. It's not only is it under new management, but here we're actually demonstratably doing different stuff because you said you've done the research and people were not really fans of the facility.
Yeah, I mean we're having. I mean, you can imagine that the building is not small. We're repainting the entire inside and the entire outside, and just trying to make when people even look at it, they go, "Oh, that's different," and that's kind of the
feels
vibe
bright
we're
and
going for.
new, and yeah, it's awesome. Quick shout out to anyone currently driving from Loveland to Utah right now. Thank you for tuning in. You crazy kids. Make sure you drive safe, okay? Get there in one piece. COVID.
Yes. Yeah, especially with the storm that's hitting Colorado right now, which forced me to change my travel plans.
Really?
Is, so
storms over there don't mess around, dude. It's so brutal.
No, well, so I was to get to St. George.
That's a great joke.
No, I saw it. I was flying United because I've got flight credit from the Nats that didn't happen, and so it was like, hey, my flight's already paid for, but because it's United, flying out of Dallas, there's no direct flight from Dallas to Vegas on United. You either have to go up to Denver and down, or down to Houston and up. So in the original, I'm like, I'm gonna fly through Denver because this way I don't have to be up at stupid o'clock in the morning. It's gonna be a nice, easy day. I'm gonna get into Vegas at 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon, but I can wake up at 8 or 9 in the morning, get to my flight. It'd be great and cool. Well, about 2 or 3 days ago, United started sending texts and emails basically going, could you not fly through Denver because we about to get fucking wrecked by a storm?
You might die.
So if you could not fly through Denver, that would be better. And we're adding flights other places so you can still get to where you're going. And tell you what, you don't even have to pay a change fee or anything. Just please don't fucking fly through Denver. And after a little bit of umming and awing about stuff, it's like, okay, fine. And so went in to rebook, and now do end up having to get up earlier than I was counting on tomorrow, but that happens. But I still end up in Vegas at a reasonable time. And my flight from DFW to Houston, now DFW to Houston is like a nothing flight. I'm literally going to spend 40 minutes in the air, whatever. However, the flight from Houston to Vegas, when I went in to select my seat, there were only first class seats available. The plane is full except for these 3 first class seats. And I'm kind of looking at this going, no.
I run a successful podcast. Why shouldn't I travel first class?
and I click one of the first class. I'm like, well, this is the only thing that's available. So, okay. Click the first class seat. And it's like, yep, you can do that. For $0. I'm like,
perfect.
It's like, yes, we're going to confirm that change. And so I'm literally on my flight from Houston to Vegas in first class. I'm in boarding group 1, which has never happened before because I've never flown first class. It's like, I'm in first class for $0, boarding group 1. This is amazing. I have already taken a screenshot because it's never going to fucking happen again. But yeah, first class for $0.
Cool story, bro.
What a deal.
So that is pretty nice. That's good. Eves, with the arcade machines and stuff, do you happen to have the Mario Kart arcade? Is that something they have in there?
No, not currently, but
it's so good, dude.
That doesn't mean we can't have the Mario Kart arcade.
Definitely get it. I don't know how old those are. I think they're relatively new, but they basically put Mario Kart in an arcade machine.
I've seen it.
Yeah. So dope. So have you guys been basically working non-stop for the last week?
Oh yeah. It's about 2 weeks. I've been there all day, every day.
Strip of God.
Well, oh geez, yeah, we got one of those. I didn't measure it. It's got to be, oh geez, I'm going to use feet again. It's got to be 25-foot long dumpster, just one of the massive, huge dumpsters.
An open air shipping container.
Basically,
that's about.
We've filled the entire thing up. We've already dumped it. We're probably going to fill it again. There's just so much junk and trash and stuff that's been accumulating for 40 years that no one has thrown away.
See, that's my warehouse. When you say that, the thought process in my mind, being a hoarder, is just like, ooh, I wonder what kind of stuff is thrown away.
We have found food and frying oils that expired 10 years ago. And
yuck.
So yeah, and then all the carpet we pulled out, and all of just all kinds of things. We've had a lot of work to do.
And for those of you that don't work in freedom units, 25 feet is roughly 8 meters. So it's not small.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that's the first thing I thought of. I was like, I wonder if Ease will let me rummage through his rubbish bins. I'll take a COVID shot for that. So do you guys have like an opening date that you're kind of working towards, or?
Because we still haven't finalized the deal with the previous owner as to his equipment. If we weren't
Oh,
going to
right.
buy his equipment,
Mm.
we were looking at like probably 8 weeks. Because to get arcades and laser tag and movie stuff and popcorn machines, I mean that would take a while. Now, since it's looking more and more likely we're going to buy his stuff, it could be 2 to 3 weeks.
Oh,
Oof,
wow.
okay.
So pretty soon.
That's awesome. That's a real quick turnaround. So, like,
Yeah.
do you think that you'll have, like, the main, like, gutting and then repainting and carpeting and stuff, that's all deadline gonna be done within the next few weeks?
We've been like, although we thought that it would probably be 8 to 10 weeks, we've been operating under the possibility that could be really soon. So we have painters coming Monday. We've already picked out the carpet. It's being shipped probably Monday.
Awesome.
And it'll be here in a couple of weeks. So we're actually getting pretty close. Just in case we aren't going to open soon.
What kind of hours are you working at the moment?
Just basically I wake up and drive down there, and I'm there for most of the day, and I'm trying to get the place in
Some sort of shape.
Yeah, some sort of condition.
That's the thing, though, eh? Like, when it's your baby, when it's your dream, you're just like, oh, I'll happily do this. I'll go clean whatever. I'll touch all the gooey things.
Yeah.
I don't care. Going back to what you said before about, like, the old owners not really being engaged in, like, the community. That's such an important thing, like, especially for entertainment business, right? Like, building those relationships locally. We had a chat in the preparation for Nats last year. I was having a chat to yeah, I know, right? I was having a chat to the accommodation place just up the road, and they were like, "Oh, I think we kind of went in there one time, and the owner was a real jerk, and we are just like, nah, we don't want to promote them. We'll promote the ones over the back, even though we didn't really want to promote them either." And I was like, "Oh, they're under new ownership, like, and it's such an important thing for a business owner to get out there and build those relationships, because you're all kind of, I mean, unless you're competing businesses, you're all kind of like a community, right? You're there to interact with each other. So I'd imagine there's a bunch of restaurants and stuff that are kind of around the area.
Oh yeah.
Oof.
So, Brandon, Hoodie wants to know if you need international investors. Just throwing that out there.
Not currently, but we're open to different options, I guess.
He's like, I own 5% share of an FEC in Utah.
Yeah.
One day I'll get to see it, but not anytime soon.
Yeah, we're hoping that the old owners, they didn't make a lot of friends, and they owned other things. They owned like apartments and like a trailer park, and apparently there's like news stories and stuff about them being really bad to their the people in the trailer park and the apartments. They never fixed things that broke, and it was just really bad. And I mean,
so basically how they treated the Family Entertainment Center, pulling all the money out, was exactly how they treated the rest of their businesses. It's basically just these are just the type of people that they were / are.
It gets worse. I mean, yeah, we had a family drive up yesterday, and they had all these kids, and they got out of the car and they saw that we were closed, and we've been kind of trying to run outside and talk to people, and they said, "Oh yeah, we were here, last week, and we watched a movie, and something broke, the sound broke or something, and they wouldn't give us refunds, but they gave us coupons to come back." And it was like 2 days before the place closed permanently. They knew they were closing.
Dude. Oh my god.
And it was a huge, like, movie. There was like 80 people at the movie.
That's so dirty, dude.
Man.
So we've had a lot of that. We've had a lot of people reach out to us, and a lot of people, like, it was in like the local news, and we just saw hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of comments of people like, oh, I would never go there, or I've never been there before because of the owners, and I would never, I'd never support them. And what's hard is, as soon as I mean, St. George is in like the very corner of Utah, and then once you get outside of St. George, from St. George about 4 hours north up to Salt Lake is mostly empty land and small rural farming towns. There's no big cities at all. So I mean, even the city we live in, it's not very big. And there are a lot of close surrounding little cities and little towns.
What
and
is
so
the
it's a really
population of the area that you're in? Just roughly. I'm just trying to get a sense, because I mean, I know St. George has obviously grown exponentially in the last like 15 years since the first time I was there.
Yeah. St. George is, oh my gosh, St. George is ridiculous. St. George is huge. And they've been the fastest growing city in America like 8 out of the last 10 years.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's a madhouse.
I put that down in Gen 8. That's what that is. It's Gen 7 and Gen 8.
Yeah. Totally. So in the city, it's 30,000. In the county, it's like 55.
Wow. So that's that's not big.
It's not a ton, but here's the thing: we have zero competition. Perfect. There's one other movie theater in town, and there's a tiny bowling alley that's been there for 100 years. There is no arcade. There's no laser tag. There's no go-karts. There's no mini golf. There is nothing. And it's like that in all directions.
Wow.
I mean, there are like, these small farming towns way out west and out east and north and just all over the place. There's nothing to do anywhere.
We're gonna hit this place town.
Has been, even with its kind of questionable reputation, this place has been crazy successful.
Yeah.
And was it the same with the previous owners? Were they the ones that kind of opened it from day dot, or?
They bought it. I don't know how long ago they bought it. They bought it. I don't even know, a while ago, at least 5 years, because that's when they put laser tag in. But.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing. You can have like a successful, a great business plan and idea and like the right market for it. But if you are a terrible person, generally it doesn't last.
Well, and honestly, like if it weren't for COVID and the decline of movies, they would have still been fine. They were making unbelievable amounts of money.
Wicked.
Even with what they were doing, if it weren't for basically not being able to get movies, and we've obviously had access to their finances. They should have even been fine without being able to show movies.
Yeah.
But just I don't think they didn't run it nearly as well as they should.
Whoa!
That's fine. Don't worry, guys. We don't need that. They didn't run it nearly as well as they should have.
They. I don't
Technical
know.
Issues.
Technical issues. Stand by.
It's not an episode of the Resupply without some type of technical issues. Well, and Disco makes a comment in chat that all you have to do is be nice and incompetent. Well, I mean, quite honestly, I don't think we know anybody nicer in the community than Thunder. And he is at least marginally competent at the things that he does. So this is already starting off on a really good foot.
That's basically how I even got in on the project to begin with. Is they're like, you're the guy who knows what he's doing, right? Okay, we
yeah,
want
that's
you
me.
in here.
Thunder is the Alan of laser tag. It's all an act.
Wow.
This,
if it's an act, it's been pretty fantastic over a very long period of time.
It's consistent, mate. Consistent. What you want to do, right? Is you want to go back to the site, right? And you want to take all that expired cooking oil, right, and cook all your food in that, because you'll save heaps of money.
For sure.
Oh shit! What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So the fact that like previous ownership were less than
dickbags.
I wouldn't go so far as to put that out in public, but less than ideal. That kind of works in your favor, right? Because if you're in an area that's starved for entertainment, and
Oh,
you could
big time.
change their customers, their outlook on what their business was like versus how it is now. Like, oh, it's such an advantageous place to
Oh,
be.
yeah.
Assuming that you can to reach those people, right? Like, it's word of mouth. Like, yeah, it takes a little while.
Well, in a small town, it doesn't take that long.
True.
Everybody knows each other. It's a really, I mean, my wife grew up here, and her parents have lived here for a really long time. Her parents helped settle part of this area.
Oh, wow.
And so like everyone knows their name, and it's so because we just who are you? Oh, I'm married to this person. Oh, we know them, and everybody knows each other.
Yeah.
And
Oh, that's so
which
awesome,
can
dude.
which can be so it's one of those two-edged sword things. It's like if you're good at what you do, it can the word spreads like wildfire. Hey, it's all new, shiny, and different, and the new people actually are doing good stuff, and they're not treating their customers like garbage.
Yeah.
The flip side of that being, any mistakes that happen get magnified very quickly because of how interconnected everybody is.
oh yeah,
You also you don't want to marry the bad kid from class, because that'll spread. People will find out, and you'll get judged. So one thing that movie theaters like here started doing when obviously COVID struck was they started like renting out their theaters, so you could I think you had to have 20 people, and like those 20 people paid $20, and you could take a Blu-ray along and play whatever movie you wanted in there. So we had a lot of
Kinda
cats
cool.
doing that, and I was like, someone should do that, but like set up like game consoles. So you could have a birthday party in a cinema and set up your game console on the giant screen. Assuming that you could do that. I don't know if you could do that. But that was that was my birthday plan actually for last year. I was gonna rent out a cinema and have like a giant Tony Hawk competition. And then COVID.
Oh, that would have been awesome.
Yeah, it would have been wicked, but shit happens. But yeah. So little tip just for you.
it's a good idea. I know for a while they were just playing older movies, just a variety of older movies, but
I assume
I'm,
Disney get a little funny about like broadcasting the older stuff without permission, right?
yeah, I'm not sure. I'm still not actually sure what kind of permissions they need for that. I don't know.
There was another thing I was going to ask, but I can't remember. Did you see what just came onto Game Pass? No, what came on to Game Pass? Please tell me. The mouse will fuck your shit up. Ross. Actually, that's what it was. So, are you playing this week? Are you gonna?
Yeah.
Cool. I mean, it'd be weird if you didn't, right?
Yeah. I'm definitely playing. And we're not playing till late at night, unfortunately. So I
We
even
kind of
could.
are.
I could be up here most of the day anyway if I needed to be.
Right. Oh, right. So because you got. Oh, sorry, Than. What's up?
Yeah. So I mean, we're the hours that we have slotted to play for the Sunday through Wednesday is 8 p.m. to midnight, and the reality is we can go a little bit, but we can go a bit beyond midnight if we want to slash need to.
We can. I did talk to him. We definitely can go past if we need, or if we want.
Yeah, and it's really going to be a case of if we want, because it's again this is it's not being structured as a tournament. It's here so that so many of us that don't have tag can get some tag in, play some Space 5, but also play some of these new games that have ended up in the system, and actually have that type of experience, and just let everybody be able to chill and be social, and actually enjoy seeing people, because if we're there's something, there's definitely something to gathering from all points of the country, spreading COVID around, and actually being able to see people that you haven't seen for an extended period of time, because I mean, as as a generalized statement, most of us in the community tend to like each other. There's some exceptions to that. Thunder's the worst person ever, so nobody likes him. Nobody's excited to see Thunder at all whatsoever. I'm not excited to see you at all, Brandon. Just in case you're wondering.
Breaking news.
But yeah, breaking news. Fan hates Thunder. It's great.
That sounds a lot like jealousy, my friend.
It's totally jealousy. Let's call that for what it is.
So not only is he one of the best players, and now he also
honestly,
owns his own system.
Well, you don't. I mean, you don't really need to be jealous. We only play Space Marines 2 to 3 days a week since like July.
2 to 3 days a week or month?
A week, yeah. We have the new players play Tuesday, the experienced players play Thursday, and then we usually get a mix either Monday or Saturday every week.
You put those
we actually have a number of players who are doing 20 to 30 games a week.
Wow, dude, that's awesome.
When the place closed to COVID, it was only closed for a couple of months. It reopened in like July or something, and we've been playing every week since then.
So Smalley asked a question in chat: Can the games be streamed? I don't see any reason why we couldn't. I mean, St. George. I mean, we've set it up to stream before.
Yeah, we could.
It's just a question of what channel we input it on. I don't know if you guys still have to log in for the tournament stream, or
I do.
Okay. Well, then we'll either use that or we'll put it on. Yeah, or we'll put it on my channel, or we'll put it on here, or we will put it somewhere so that it can be consumed by the wider Laser Force community who want to watch really bad tag, because it's going to be really bad tag.
Yeah,
it's going to be bad.
Do you guys?
It's going to be so fun, but it's going to be so bad.
Do you guys have an idea of who, like, how many players are coming, or who's coming?
So right at this point, I think it's
awesome.
Around about 20 to 25 traveling people.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Because we've got like 6 or 8 coming up from Chula Marcos. We've got some people coming down from Loveland. I'm showing up from Texas. There's another like 5 or 6 or 7 coming from Sacramento. I mean, there's people. And it'll be fun to, just have some good chill games, and not have
chill games.
Yeah, okay. In the
good one.
I know. As I said that, I'm like, okay. But outside of because there isn't the pressure of the games mattering because it's a tournament, it should be a case of if you're not chill, you should be chilled out pretty quickly after the game. It's like, it was a game, and now some other people are gonna play. Lasers don't chill. I swear though, if chairs get thrown from Goldfish in chat, yeah. Nobody pull a Stevo. Nobody throw a chair, because 2K will not be there to catch it.
You throw a chair one time, whatever. It was an accident.
Lasers and chill, says Shani.
That's right.
Yeah. So yeah, it's there's a decent amount of people coming. We're getting a really good deal for the time that we're playing. It's going to be $60 to cover all the games, and yeah, it's going to be a really good time. The other thing that I'm excited about is, because of when we're playing, like, I'm actually finally going to get a chance to go to Zion National Park.
Oh yeah.
And this is literally like the 4th time I've been to St. George. I've never been able to get out to Zion because we've always played during the day. Well, now that we're playing at night, it's like, sweet, gonna do that as a day trip.
It's amazing. It is. You will. It's really cool.
Is it like deserty, or like that kind of national park, or
like what?
Deserts, mountain,
deserty.
Yeah, deserts, mountain, high plain desert. I mean, just from the pictures I've seen, it looks gorgeous. So I'm very excited to make that.
It's really great. Yeah, it's really great.
I went to the Grand Canyon on a Vegas trip. Is it that kind of thing, or like a little more forest-ish,
A little more
foresty?
foresty.
Yeah.
Zion Canyon is it's just weird in its placement. Like it's at the gosh, I'm gonna try to think of all three. It's like right at the meeting place of like the Colorado Plateau and the Rocky Mountains and the Las Vegas desert, and it's really amazing.
Trippy. Yeah, really weird. So that was the only thing that I regretted from our last trip from Detroit, because we were obviously in Vegas and we were supposed to come out and see you guys, and we got a little bit lazy, or addicted to gambling, one of the two, and we didn't we didn't end up making the trip, and that's the one
Por qué no
like.
los dos?
I think the biggest regret from that trip was not coming out to see you guys, because yeah, it's like what, 2 hours from Vegas?
Oh, it's
About.
less than that.
Really?
It's maybe I've made the trip in an hour and a half before. It's usually closer now, an hour and 45 minutes. I mean, there's nothing in between us and Vegas. Many people will drive very fast.
Yeah.
That is
Get to this
100%
desert.
accurate statement. The like every time I make that drive, it's like, yep, there's there's a whole bunch of nothing, and it's like
Dirt.
and there's like there's like two places you can stop to get fuel if you've
Yeah.
or a snack, and it's like, okay, yep, there's the travel plaza here, and if I don't do that, it's another like 60 miles before I can do anything.
Wow.
Damn it.
Yeah, occasionally you see like UFOs flying around from Area 51. That's about
Aw, man. Could have seen the aliens. Shit.
Pretty much.
Yeah, so I mean that's why I'm kind of hanging out for whatever nationals gets hosted in the great state of Utah next. But we gotta bust through an Auckland one first. So we're hoping for as soon as next year.
Well, that's great because it gives us some time
Yeah.
to remedy some issues that we have.
Yep.
But then it does open the possibility up for a multi-site nationals tournament.
Oh, for sure. That's something I've been thinking about a lot.
Yeah, well, so we had our like mini tournament here, which was the triple threat, where we had it over 3 days at 3 different sites, and I think if you have ownership on board, it's something that is like easily doable. I think. Wow,
Yeah.
easy-ish.
Easy is always a relative term with those things. I mean, from an administrative perspective, there's always going to be some challenges when you're trying to split things across multiple sites like that. But yeah, I mean, 90% of the battle is having ownership / management on board with doing the thing. Like if you've got that level of buy-in to do it, everything else is kind of like is just detail work. And detail work is something that parts of this community do really, really well. Other parts not so much, but that's just a thing.
What about your business partners? Have they sort of dabbled in a bit of tag, or not so much?
Well, actually, the one business partner, he hasn't really played a lot. He's probably played 30 or 40 games, but he started coming into the Laser Force place in St. George years and years ago, and he loved it. And he brought like family and friends. They were coming every week for a while.
Wow.
And that's kind of where he got interested. He and I actually attempted to open up a place about 5 or 6 years ago. He's owned a business for longer than that, and the timing wasn't right. He didn't have quite enough money. He couldn't get a bank loan. But it's something he's wanted to kind of do for a long time because he thinks it's a really fun idea.
And that's very cool that you've got business partners that already see the value in this type of event / attraction, if you were having to come on board with people that like hadn't already bought into the thing, and you were having to convince them. Now, first off, I'm sure you could because you're very persuasive. But the fact that you don't have to do that extra mile of convincing people, no, we should have laser tag in here. The fact they're already on board, I mean, that has to make things much easier and smoother from a business owner process as far as that goes.
Yeah, it does.
Well, I mean, if you've already got the buy-in, like it's less of a fight to do stuff that is, I wouldn't say out of the ordinary, but it's, something that somebody who isn't passionate about it might have more of an issue with if they're looking purely at something from, well, how much is this going to cost? Yeah, versus like, okay, well, what's it actually going to bring? Because obviously that's first and foremost the biggest thing.
Yeah, it's
you have to make sure it's going to be profitable. If it's not profitable, it's not going to stick around.
Yeah.
For sure. As much as money is a pain in the ass sometimes, it's necessary. If you want to continue to be able to do the things, you typically need money to continue to do the things.
You're going to keep buying other people's rubbish from the rubbish shop, like.
Yeah.
Oh man, I found a bunch of stuff yesterday. That's so awesome.
Of course you did. I'd like to say I'm surprised, but bro, I'm 100% not surprised in the slightest.
That's gonna be our new show. Is Steve's stuff that he bought. Steve's garbage. We'll see how that goes.
We need a better title than that.
Steve's garbage. How about Steve's junk? Is that better?
That's better.
Yeah.
It's better.
Who wants to see Steve's junk?
Nobody wants to see Steve's junk.
So are you gonna like work in the center or
Yeah, the plan, at least for a while, is I'm gonna run the place. So
Perfect.
yeah, I'll be there every day for a while.
Yeah, that's amazing 6 to 7 day weeks.
Yeah.
6 to 7 days a week, 12 plus hours a day. Yep, that's you, bro.
Boom, business owner.
Yeah.
It's a privilege. But I mean, like that's as a prospect gotta be kind of nice, right? Like, yeah, I suppose it's just like what you would have done in the past, but now you do it for you.
Yeah. The difference is this time I actually make money. Before I'm making somebody else money.
Yeah.
Well, and I am 100% a fan of you making yourself money as opposed to you making Jarrett money. Which, I mean, I like that Jarrett makes money too because he's been very good to us over the years as far as letting us run events at his facility and letting us take it over at certain times. So certainly no complaints about him whatsoever.
Yeah, it has been great, that's for sure.
But I am definitely happy that you are now in a position where you're going to be able to use your expertise to maximize your own income instead of maximizing somebody else's income.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I mean, that's kind of why you start a business, right?
Yeah.
Russ has put something in the chat that has piqued my interest. Are you saying that they have they have released packs? Is that what's happening? I'm gonna have to.
Now this Top Shot pyramid scheme that Steve-O's trying to get us all involved with. He's hooked Russ. Russ is hooked.
No.
Delivering the pre-order packs. Also on that note, I bought a pack, I pre-ordered one, and Dan pre-ordered one. So we're gonna do a stream if they release these, over the next couple of days. Me and Dan will do a stream this week, together opening our packs, and I can't wait. It's gonna be wicked.
Relationship goals.
Right there. It's one thing doing a pyramid scheme by yourself, but if you can get your partner involved, perfect. It's a perfect world. Do you
Steve-O.
don't you shake your head at me?
I will shake my head at you constantly because it's what I do.
Were you working at site today? Like were you doing time and stuff? Yeah. Still more painting and
Oh
rubbish.
yeah, I got paint all over my hands, and I got home about. I was at the center about 5 minutes before I got on the podcast. So.
You're like, "Bro,
Now
you
that's
still join us?"
dedication.
Yeah, yeah,
That is
we still do.
100% dedication.
Yeah, I was like, oh, if I leave now, I'm pretty sure I can make it. So
Should have just done it from sight.
yeah, I thought about it.
That'd have been awesome. Actually, yeah, we might have to get. Well, like obviously, you know, there's a bit of work to do, but Than said that he's gonna like, I don't know, do some video and stuff. So hopefully
No, I
the
said
video-
I said I wanted to get up and see the site. I was totally going to
Than's
ask permission
definitely
before I
gonna-
took video.
Dan's
but, you know.
definitely just gonna case the joint and stuff. But no, like when it opens, is it possible to do like a walkthrough or something, or
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
we can all ooh and ah at Eve's new baby.
It'll
new
be
baby.
great. We had a company. They laid fiber internet, and the hub is on our property.
Oh,
So not only do we get free fiber internet, but they also pay us for the land that they're using.
good.
So we have excellent internet. It'll be
Bro.
really high video quality.
Oh, that's so awesome.
That's,
You could.
so basically you've got the ground rent for their hub.
Yep.
They're giving you, I'm assuming, at least gig internet free, and I don't even have words for how just fantastically amazing that is.
Like
That
I said,
is
the land
so good.
the land is utterly. We own a lot of land, so yeah,
That's
we have
great.
lots of room for a fiber hub.
Do you want to put fiber hub here? Perfect. Just right
Yeah,
over
dude,
there,
bring
right
it
there.
on.
Yeah,
We'll take it.
Auntie Dusage cries in NBN. Do you download the movies off satellite dishes or over the wire? You gotta pay for that shit, yo. Oh man, you should start a podcasting studio. If you've got empty space, start a podcasting studio. It'd be amazing.
Yeah, because there's so much money in podcasting.
Oh, bro, we are raking it in. unless unless you know Heathen or Nate go on holiday and then the payments stop, but that's okay. So Than, did you have any other questions?
No, I think I think we've kind of covered a nice wide gamut of
What's that?
things.
Say that word again.
Pulling the curtain back. DK, because he couldn't be here, actually prepared a bunch of questions because he thinks that Steve and me are incompetent.
He's not wrong.
And I mean, to be fair, he is not wrong. Typically, DK is the main interviewer when we have people on. But
Yeah.
no, believe it or not, we covered all
Did we?
the things
Perfect.
and then some, and we didn't even have to refer to his stupid little list of questions. So
Honestly, I didn't even open that document. But good job, DK. Well done. So Steve Obama's getting your money on. Damn it. Fair enough though. So what's the new business called?
We're gonna call it Cedar. We live in Cedar City, so it's gonna be Cedar Fun Center.
What was it called before?
It was called Fiddler's Fun Center. There's like a housing. There's a housing community that they call Fiddlers, and that's what it was called.
Oh, I just wanted to hear you say it. I saw the photo of the sign. It's got to be the worst name for a child's entertainment center I've ever heard in my life. It's
yeah,
not
it was
great.
very problematic.
But Cedar Fun Zone
Cedar Fun Center.
Center. All right. Cedar Fun
Getting the alliteration going, Steve-O. Come
Wow,
on.
yeah, you can't say zone either because that, that has other repercussions for which laser tag system you use. And opening date roughly.
Oh, it probably will be 2 to 3 weeks. Probably right around the beginning of April.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Okay.
I'm so excited for you, dude.
It's so. I mean, that's so close. That's so.
It's a little close, yeah.
And so, assuming that you open in the next 3 weeks, what kind of attractions will you have? Because I don't think we went through the full list.
Yeah, we'll have the movie theaters and the arcade and the laser tag.
Wicked.
And then there are other projects that we are definitely working on that will not be ready in time, but that we are working on.
Podcast studio. Got it. Right. Got it.
Yeah.
I would happily hear you talk on the mic every week. It's something I'll tune in for.
With way better lighting. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, that's on the to-do list. Better webcam and some nice studio lighting.
You know, like this professional setup. I'm surrounded by so much garbage. It's crazy.
Yeah, but we, being really the only thing around, our plan is just kind of be the one-stop shop for if you're looking for something to do. So we definitely plan to expand far beyond what we have now in the short term.
Are they big on guns in Utah?
Fairly big.
Interesting. Okay.
Was there an end state to that question?
Do you guys have a range in town? Is there a range in town?
Definitely. Well, yeah. Here, indoor ranges are big. We have a few outdoor ranges, and really, we're just surrounded by nothing on 4 sides of us.
So you could just shoot into wherever land you want.
So yeah, you just drive out of town 10 minutes and just pick
just
a
stop
spot
firing.
Yeah,
basically. Pick a hillside to shoot at.
Russ in chat says, "Don't put the gun range next to the laser tag, Steve."
Don't tell me how to be gun smart. That's how we roll. That's country gun range right there. You just pick an empty field and start firing into it. Big gun smart people. Is there anything else that you'd like to talk about, Eve? Is there anything else you wanna?
Oh, I think we just about covered it.
Oh, I think we nailed this podcast.
I think we're ready to get going and have a tournament and get some people here. My goal is to redefine the word hospitality.
That's awesome.
Ooh.
So we're not going to do the whole we talk to this hotel and you get a $5 a night discount if you tell them you're at the tournament. No, it's not. We're going to change. We're going to change that
for this coming week or for when you open.
Oh, for when we open, yeah, we're gonna.
That's awesome.
Really, it's gonna be real great.
Brandon putting out the teaser for Utah 2023 right there.
Yeah, you could call it Happy Evenings or something.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
That was not good.
It was way better in my head. Way better in my head.
Yeah, Brandon, do not encourage him.
Okay,
just don't. You don't have to be polite to him. I realize that's your default setting, but you don't have to encourage him. It's fine.
After this podcast, I'm gonna go write a list of clever names for your accommodation business that you start up. But that's
right.
That is, I think, something that is a breath of fresh air to hear because, every time we go, to a nationals, people just left to their own devices to kind of
for sure.
sort something out. And again, for Nats that got canned, we were trying to get people to stay in the same place, and you try and lock down group accommodation, and unless you book as a full group, they are loath to give you any sort of discount. So but I'm very excited. I'm very excited to see what happens. God damn these children, in chat.
Yeah,
that's all right. You just ignore them, buddy. But Ace, thank you so much for being on the podcast, man.
Yeah, I mean, this is what keeps me going in life. I just think, man, I just can't wait till the next time I'm on the podcast.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. We're gonna get a fresh calendar out. We're gonna start crossing those days off again. It's gonna be great. But we appreciate it. We'll get you back on hopefully when things are underway. If you've got some time, maybe we'll jump back on and have another yarn. But yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to come over and have a look. It's gonna be wicked.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Shit, yeah. All right. Well, I suppose this one's a little shorter, but it's still an hour and a half.
Yeah,
this,
we're good.
We're good. We're gonna go this week.
Yes.
I've been Guy Next Door.
And I've been Than.
Always remember to backtrack, kids. We will see you next week. Peace.
Later.
That button.
I've been throwing daggers in the night. I've been chasing all the stars, stealing all their lights. The cut so sharp, cut so deep. If they seem to hit their target, must be what we reap. 'Cause you don't know what I know. You don't feel the way I feel. All these places I wanna go makes me wonder if my looks could kill. I've been throwing daggers in my dreams. If they seem to hit their target, it's harder than it seems. 'Cause you don't know what I know. And you don't feel the way I feel. In all these places I wanna go makes me wonder if my looks could kill. I'm a well-known stranger, walking my own path. Gave up all my mysteries just to get a laugh. You keep me hanging on so tight. Sometimes I just have to wonder, do you know wrong from right? 'Cause you don't know what I know. But you don't feel the way I feel. In all these places I want